What's up YouTube? This is Cerberus392 coming to you live once again. Thanks for checking out another one of my videos. Today's topic is about, well, Warframe. 3 primes have been removed from the void, and I'd like to talk about how this has affected me and what I think it's going to do to the Warframe community and how it's going to affect us in the long run. The 3 primes that have been removed are Frost Prime, the Warframe, and the 2 weapons, the Latron Prime, which is a semi-automatic rifle, and the Reaper Prime, which is a scythe. Here's the Reaper Prime. Personally, I don't use scythes. It's not my playstyle. I'm not really keen on the stance, but it is a nice looking weapon. For those who use scythes, this is a very, very good prime weapon to have. Its stats are on the right in the little black square in front of you on the video. Latron Prime, a semi-automatic rifle. Now this one is a good one. I like this one. I think this was one of my first primes alongside the Boltor. The first one that I built. Its stats are on the right in the black square. Decent amount of puncture damage, and it's just a general upgrade. You know, I really like this weapon. I use it quite often, along with Frost Prime. I actually used it on Frost Prime, which is ironic. And the Warframe, Frost Prime himself. It's a darn shame to see this guy go. I really, really like Frost Prime. I think he was my 3rd prime alongside, I think it was, what was my first prime? Yeah, it was Mag. I attained Mag first, but then afterwards I wanted Frost, because Frost was the Warframe that I really liked from watching the profiles. Before I downloaded Warframe, I watched all the profiles. His stats are on the right in the black box, and his details, and he just looks good. Frost Prime is one of the best looking Warframes in game. I'd like to express my views on how this is going to affect Warframe in the positive and negative ways in the long run. Let's start with the positive. Let's make a good thing out of this. They've removed it from the void. That means there's now empty slots for other primes if they do decide to release Excalibur. Please, please, Digital Extremes. As a console player, I would love to experience Excalibur. Please add it in place of Frost. It's something that a lot of players on console would like. PC players, you're lucky. You get the Founders Pack. We're not asking for the Founders Pack here. We just want Excalibur Prime. You got to give us that. Come on. Yeah, he's been removed. And also another thing, that also makes more chances for you to get other parts in the void that you want. That was also on the same rotations as Frost Prime, the Latron, and the Reaper. They're on the same rotation. You now have more of a chance of obtaining something else that you might want. It's on that specific rotation. And yeah, that's really the only positive side of it being removed from the void. From a seller's point of view on trading, the price of and the demand of Frost Prime and these 2 weapons, they're going to increase, and people are going to want them now because they're being removed. That means you are able to sell them at a much more higher price, and you get a decent amount of platinum out of it. It'll be a good way to make platinum if you still have Frost Prime sets or sets of the Latron or the Reaper. As a seller, it's going to affect you positively because you now have more things to sell at a much more higher price. You can get more for it, and you can obtain platinum much more easier if you have these sets. The negatives. Now, the negatives are what's really it's not a nice thing, them being removed. I mean, you don't want things to get removed. You want to keep them. You want to keep stuff in the game, keep content in the game. A bad side of it is new players that are new to Warframe who have not had the opportunity to go into the void, or have not reached don't have the strength or the ability to go into the void, like they haven't got the keys, their Warframes are not leveled up, that sort of thing. New players are not going to be able to experience this Warframe or weapons. You can't obtain them now, you can't farm them. So for new players, unluckily for you, unlucky, you can't obtain these weapons anymore by farming. You have to buy them with platinum, off of players in trading. And speaking of the trading won't last very long. Once all the sets are sold, that's it. No one can get them anymore. I mean, people will have multiple sets, but what happens when they sell them? When they're sold and they don't have them anymore? What's going to happen? If no one's got the set to sell, you can't obtain Frost. You might not be able to, you might have parts of Frost, but you can't finish it because the part will be gone. You won't be able to obtain it. And that's that's a bad thing, because once everyone's sold their spare sets, that's it. There's no more. And on top of that, removing a Warframe like Frost and the Latron, well, the Warframe itself and the weapons, the Latron Prime is a very nice gun. I like it myself. Removing things from the void, it's you're never going to see them again. I highly doubt they're going to come back. I mean, Excalibur Prime has been missing for ages. I mean, players on console don't even know he exists until, you know, people mention it. Now, obviously, no Excalibur Prime exists because I watch a lot of other YouTubers out there. But, you know, I feel like they're never going to come back. They're in the Prime Vault. They say, oh, we'll bring them back. The Prime Vault's, like Digital Extremes are saying, the Prime Vault is not locked forever. You know, they keep them in there. They've not opened that vault up again. I mean, we've only just seen the Ether Daggers being added back to the game for the Stolen Dreams quest. I mean, those weapons were gone for ages. We've only just seen them come back. But these are just my opinions. I mean, if you agree with me or disagree, please tell me so. Leave a comment or tell me how this has affected you. Has this affected you in a negative or positive way? Do you have a spare set that you could sell and want a value of its price? Please leave a comment and tell me what you think. Anyway, that's all I have to say on the matter. It's a sad thing for them to go. They're now resting alongside Excalibur. Frost Prime, we'll miss you. Don't forget, guys, game on and just enjoy life. It's the Cerberus Fury signing off. If you like this video and would like to see more of my content, please subscribe and tune in next time.